still see
As
you.
far as I'm concerned, it isn't. So it's
Did you see? Have you seen an invoice? Have you spoken to
You've
the
shown
sergeant?
me. Yeah, I'm not denying that you've done all of that.
So how can you say that's a legal procedure?
I here now cannot prove who owns that vehicle. I know you've.
Yes, you can.
No, I
Of course
can't.
you can. You've
The
seen
court-
all the paperwork.
The courts have issued a ticket
You've
on the
seen
car.
all the paperwork.
These guys are
It
here to
doesn't
carry
matter.
out a job.
They're here to carry out a job on
If you
someone's name,
dispute
not on our
If you
name.
dispute it, there's not a problem. But
no,
you have to
dispute
dispute it in
doesn't-
court.
no,
You
I
can't
don't-
dispute
no,
it while
well,
fighting in the
It's
street.
disputed very clearly in an invoice. And the bank transfer, and you've seen that, and you've spoken to the sergeant.
I'm not saying you haven't tried to help, and I know.
Well,
If I was to
no,
take sides, I'd
look,
say you've got a very good
no,
face.
with all due respect, my car is being picked up. I've shown you the proof that it is our car.
You've shown me proof, yeah.
That's about it. For all you know, you've got to protect my property. Not be on their side, it doesn't matter what they
I
have.
don't take anyone's
Well,
side.
you should be taking
don't
sides
take
because I've
sides.
proven it to you. I've proven it to you that this car belongs to us. And this car shouldn't go anywhere.
saying you
They
will-
should be proving otherwise if they want to take the car.
If you're just going to shout at
That's
me,
it.
we're not going to resolve anything, are we? At the end of the day. Okay. As I said, you've shown me paperwork, and I'm not disputing that paperwork could well be accurate. Absolutely fantastic. In which case, if I was in your position, I'd feel very confident about going down to the courts this afternoon and saying, here's the paperwork, give me my money back.
I'm not letting the car go in the meantime. Well, if they want, no problem. Leave the clamp on for another 2 days until we figure things out. You can't take the car.
If that's something you want to negotiate with them, see if they're happy to leave the car here with the clamp on.
That, I don't
I'm
have a
happy.
problem. I don't have a problem the car staying here with the clamp. They're not taking the car away from her.
I can't make
Simple
that
as.
decision.
Well,
'cause
that
this
is my property and I'm going to protect it by hook and by crook.
These guys are here to carry out
I don't care
a
what
job.
they're here for. This is my
Well, you
property
should
and I have
care.
all
Well,
right.
you should care.
I have
because
every
at the end of the day,
right.
You've got a problem here.
I don't have a problem. I have
You
every
don't.
right to protect my property.
Yep.
Do I? Do I not?
Not in every situation, no.
Well, in this situation.
The police are here.
Well, the police
We're
are
here
here.
to make
I've-
sure everything is
yeah.
done legally. Now, if you continue to cause issues for these guys carrying out their job, you are committing offences.
I'm not
I don't want
committing
to go
no,
to-
I'm
I
not
don't want to
committing
go
no
down.
offence if I've proven
Okay.
it to you and you've seen the paperwork
Yeah.
and you know very clearly that this
Yeah.
car belongs to us and that's it.
Okay.
As simple as.
I'm not taking
Now,
sides.
it might be your
Okay,
duty to
continue
prove it to
shout,
them.
Continue
That's
to
it.
shout, continue to shout then, sir. Until you stop shouting, I can't talk. Can
Hi.
I? Yeah? I'm not disputing that you own a garage. I'm not disputing you own a number of cars. I'm not disputing that you bought this car on the 24th of June. I'm not disputing that you may not have been the driver on the 23rd of June. But as a police officer here now in February the next year, I can't make those decisions. I can't take sides. There's obviously a process that's gone forward. What I believe has happened is you bought the car on the 23rd. The previous owner has been got a load of letters, but unfortunately you never told the DVLA that you now own this car. So those letters have gone to him and not to you. So out the blue, these guys have turned up believing that that person has been ignoring the letters. Obviously they didn't care about the letters because they didn't own the car anymore, so they would. That's why you haven't received letters, because you haven't told the DVLA that you're the new keeper. The issue we've got is, because of that, we've got to this point. The courts have said this needs to come to, this car needs to be seized or it needs to be paid, and we'll resolve it by way of either keeping hold of that money and writing it off, or keeping hold of that money temporarily until the mail can prove to us otherwise that indeed he was the owner, and he has to do that by coming to the courts or proving to these guys who work for the courts the paperwork. Now I appreciate you've shown me the paperwork, which is great, but I'm not the decision maker here.
Fair enough.
Okay.
All I can say is very simple. The car's here right now.
Yeah.
For them to pick up the car
Yeah.
and take it away from where it is right now,
Yeah.
they're gonna have to prove otherwise. And for as long as
What
they
do
don't
you
have
mean by prove otherwise?
prove otherwise that this is not our car or they have the right to take it at
They
the
don't-
moment.
no, if
right
they-
now, I have proven
Yeah.
every possible proof that we can.
Yeah.
Okay, we even put you in touch with a sergeant that has been on this car for
Yeah.
months and months.
Yeah.
Many months ago.
Yeah, I appreciate.
Okay.
I appreciate. I'm not disputing that you've done.
And for
you've
that
done, you've
reason,
done your bit.
this car is not moving from here. Simple as. It's
Okay.
not moving from here.
Okay.
If there's anything, you can leave the clamp on until further whatever comes up.
Okay. You've obviously shown not just me, but these guys who work for
Yeah.
the courts all the paperwork.
Yeah.
I can't make that call. Now these guys are saying they've seen the paperwork.
Well,
and
put
then-
me in touch
okay,
with
wait,
someone
wait,
that can't
wait,
make a
wait,
call.
No, these guys
Huh?
make the call because they're working for the courts. And he's made a decision that he's seen the paperwork, but he's still not 100% satisfied that you own the vehicle, didn't own the vehicle on 23rd.
And why is that?
talk to each other.
Go on, explain.
Pardon?
Why you're not satisfied that we own the vehicle?
Because you have no valid document to prove that. You
We have an
comprehensive.
invoice.
Hang on.
We have an
Hang on for a
invoice,
minute.
yeah.
You have no comprehensive full insurance.
That
on
doesn't matter.
Neither do you have a
we
new
are
keeper for the
comprehensively
DVLA.
insured, that's number one, but it doesn't
Mate,
matter.
hang on for a minute.
Yeah.
You don't have full information from the DVLA, so
And
Yeah.
the DVLA is completely irrelevant to this
Well,
car at the moment.
well, at
If
this
we
time-
own the car, we've
Yeah.
shown you proof of ownership, haven't we?
that's not proof of
Have you
ownership.
seen? We've shown you
The
an
documents,
invoice.
I got the documents here.
We've shown you an invoice.
That was not an invoice, that was a bank transaction.
We've shown you an invoice and a bank
That's
transaction.
not an invoice, that's a
No,
bank
we have
transaction.
an invoice. Have you seen an
So
invoice?
1 minute, if I go now to the office and bring an invoice,
The
things
card
will help.
It should be somewhere here. Doesn't matter. Have you seen an invoice?
There must be a
there
copy
was
of
an
it.
invoice.
There was an
but
invoice.
I don't know whether that's acceptable to the guys or not. You know, there
You
was
mean
an
this?
invoice.
This?
Yes,
right?
that's an invoice.
This looks like you just wrote on it. I saw
Well,
the
you can
invoice.
speak to the sergeant about what he's seen a couple of months back.
No. The sergeant said that he has had dealings with you, obviously,
Yeah.
about how the car was purchased by the guy previously
Yeah.
to you, and there was an investigation which you assisted with, and on that paperwork they have got that you purchased the vehicle. They believe you showed them paperwork showing that you purchased the vehicle on 24th. That is, however, a recommendation. It's not a. He can't say these guys 100% did it. All he can say is, yeah, I did have dealings with them. I believe they bought the car on 24th.
Okay.
So it's not proof of ownership, but again, it
Well,
helps you.
Okay, you can say on any piece of paper that it might not be true. I do have the invoice.
Say that again?
I do have the invoice. You have the sergeant to at least give you the suggestion that he's seen it before, and that's about it.
This would all have been avoided if you just told the DVLA to
Yeah.
loan a car.
Well,
And,
Can I
that's proper.
interrupt a
I'm
minute?
not in
Can I
charge of.
interrupt a
I'm not.
minute?
No,
I'm sorry.
I'm not in charge.
An invoice is ownership today's days. A V5C on every V5C document says this is not a proof of ownership. If you
you're
saw a
preaching to the wrong
V5C,
person. You need to talk to
I
these
understand.
guys.
I'm just saying I deal with cars a lot,
Yeah.
and on every V5C document from the DVLA, it says clearly on the document, I don't know if you know, that this is not a proof of ownership. This is only who has to tax the vehicle and insure the vehicle. This is not a proof of ownership. Ownership is the one who does the transfer or the one who has the invoice. Now the transfer, he showed you the transfer, he showed you the invoice, he showed you everything, the written paper. Nobody's
take a
denying
look.
it, and they know that for a fact. They know
Well,
that
I
they're
don't
going to
guide
take
them.
this
Get
car,
the
they're going to do
biggest double
hassle
the
for him,
people
hassle
gonna
for
land
us,
in the car.
and then the car we're going to go and get it back.
Yeah.
But they're just trying to do life harder instead of
Get
to do
fucking
life
out of
easier,
the
that's all.
Yeah, man.
They know it,
I
they know
can't-
it
I'm
for
not-
a
I
fact,
can't-
you
I'm
know
not-
it
I
for a
can't
fact,
argue with
they
you, I
know it
can't
for a
dispute
fact.
it.
You're not disputing it, they're not disputing it, they're all admitting it. They're just trying to say that this is not a good enough invoice, but a V5C is not a proof of ownership. An invoice is a proof of ownership. Legally, they can't take it legally.
Alright, cool.
This is unlawful.
Alright, okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Ushi, thank you. Smile to the camera.
Yeah, no.
Had ik gezegd, als je dacht daar rausgehen, wenn die Geist da rausgeht, dann ziehen wir zu der Tier. Had ik gezegd, das geht
Ja,
nicht
wir
mehr.
dachten, sie gehen noch am Telefon mit der Polizei.
Das ist kein Chillig. Wir gehen nicht da raus, wir bleiben in wenig. Masche, ja. Ich habe es auf Video, wie er sagt, dass er in Maske mit dem.
Mobile number on my phone. And just see if you can get through to that person.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I'm waiting, but I don't know whether I can, but I've been given that external number. So
Just to check the.
if he answers, then let me know. Hi. Okay.
Yo, yeah, don't worry, man. Don't worry.
Is this a different person?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Cool. I'll send it to you.
No worries. Yeah, no worries.
Have we the pizza?